Hello and welcome to a Malifaux box opening for this starting box. Now, normally on this YouTube channel, we are usually making a Malifaux battle report video in stop motion around this time. However, I'm moving, or we're moving. And on Friday, we're gonna have people over here looking at the place and hopefully purchasing the place so we can move. And because of that, it has to look tidy and clean and can't look like this. And as we have been kinda having arrangements so we can sell it, it has to look perfectly clean all the time. Or well, let's just say that the timing windows of when it has to be clean and next time it has to look perfectly clean are very narrow. And as the Malifaux battle matches that I upload take, well, 3 weeks? Like 2 weeks to play and then 1 week to edit, it is a little bit tricky to make it happen inside that timing window, so to say. So truth be told, I don't know, hopefully soon we will have a Malifaux battle report video again. But for now I can toy around with other stuff. Speaking of which, I've actually literally, yeah, they are toys. I've been toying around with these little figures. I actually haven't given them names yet when I think about it, but they are stop motion figures, as you can see. And I have an idea for the future Malifaux battle matches. So here we have green doll, that's gonna be Resurrectionist, he's gonna represent Resurrectionist. And here we have yellow doll, he's gonna represent 10 Thunders. And then we're gonna have, I don't need to purchase more dolls, I need to purchase more clothes, or well, I've made these clothes myself. But we have red for the guild, blue for Arcanist, brown for the bayou, and so on. And sometimes in my matches it can be a bit tricky to actually understand what's going on, so my plan is to dress them up as some henchmen and showcase some fight between them when we need to showcase exactly kind of what is happening. But we will see, I might upload something cool when I've gotten a little bit better at making them fight in a cool manner. But back to this box. They keep falling out so fast. So first out we have all of these. That was fun. We basically have a bunch of ski markers, strategy markers, remain markers for the 2 different faction colors. And honestly, I like that. I like that I have something just clean, that it reads scheme on it. Same thing with this remains marker. But it's also great to just have a dedicated strategy marker too. You really need those. Because clarity is key in this kind of game. So that's the first brick layer. Then we have the second brick layer. Here you get one more. So both players basically get one of these each. So you can measure 6 inches here, you can measure 1 inch here, 2 inch and 3 inch. Perfect. Then you get a bunch of various different markers on this one as well. Or well, actually, to be quite fair, it's mostly tokens that you can place on your models depending on what kind of condition they have been afflicted by or gained. Like, perfect, now you have a shield token that you can just place next to a model. Then we get to the inside of this big thing, and yeah, this is the main attraction basically. I gotta be careful so that you can actually see he's about to just fall out from there. But they fit perfectly inside this box. They are pre-built, so you don't need to glue anything, which makes them actually a bit more durable. For example, look at this. I'm just grabbing it in its little here. You see I have a small hammer. I'm just grabbing that hammer, shaking it around, and the model, yeah, I mean, I promise you, when you touch this and you hold it in your hand, you can really feel that, yeah, this thing is not going to break. And here I want to say something. So a lot of people have been complaining that Malifaux models are a little bit fragile. Malifaux models are sometimes extremely fragile. So if you're looking for something that is not fragile, then yeah, you can drop this on the floor and it will hold. You can see the look on these models up there on the screen in better detail, going over them a little bit by one. They have a very detailed build actually. I don't know if you can see it, but I think I have a good picture on it up there on the screen. It's like this sea monster actually has a lot of detail on him. Yeah, my webcam is not able to showcase that, I'm sorry. But my real camera is able to showcase that, I believe. As you can see, you get a lot of missions, like the schemes, which is really good because when you're playing this game in the new version, Malifaux 4th edition, you're choosing from these 3 schemes down here. So it's very handy just to have all of them at the ready like this. And sometimes just having them all, being able to read through them from top to bottom and scroll through them in your hand without your opponent seeing what you're looking at, because on the back side it looks like this. So that's great. You also get the 4 main strategies, so plant explosive, boundary dispute, recover evidence, and informants. You get this general action, and it actually has some cool rules to it, just as a sweet reminder, like a quick sheet. You actually get an entire rule book with you, Malifaux 4th edition quick starter guide, but it's kind of nice to have a small card for it as well. Then you get, as you've already seen, the cards for your 2 different crews, 2 different versions. Here's your bucket bot, here's your clockwork queen, mechanical misfit, second misfit, third misfit, stainer, this weird model basically, the fortune teller, and then you get the rising tide card for your Neverborn crew and all the rising tide Neverborn cards. Your silent siren, silken king, the colony, urchin, the totem. Now you only get version 1 from the starter box. You don't get version 2 for either of these 2 crews. So there's build on. You don't get the secondary totem, and you don't get a secondary master, and you don't get the secondary crew card either. You only get the version 1 for both crews. Lastly, you also get fate decks. I haven't actually seen this kind of design before, and they are not focused specifically on the current crew. I remember the starting box that had the previous one we had, which was the guild and resurrectionist. They actually got crew cards more for the specific crews. This is basically the outcast, and you're getting all kinds of outcast models. For example, here we have this guy. I mean, you can see for yourself, basically you have, here is Captain Zip. What more do we have? Oh, there was 13 here somewhere. The Piper, the Plague, Master of Time for Tara. Tara herself, the Clockwork Lady. And it's the same with this Neverborn Fate deck as well. New Pandora. I actually like her look. That's a creepy look. The Nightmare Totem. In general, I really like the feel of these cards. They have a kind of new look to them, so to say. Marcus. Here we have him. Titania. Autumn Queen. Fawn, or however you pronounce him actually. The Dreamer and Euripides. Old One Eye. Here we have the Silken King. Who is this? I think this is to Pandora. I don't remember this. Oh yeah, it's the enormously aura-laid girl that is 200 years old. And that's basically what you get from inside that box. If you're looking for some models that are durable and won't break if you drop them on the floor, and a good starting pack for the new Malifaux 4th edition, then yeah, you are getting some good quality. That's a certainty. I have heard arguments that it could be tricky to actually paint some of these models. And yeah, it is. I'm usually painting all the models after I assemble them. So I would have assembled this model first, then paint it afterwards. I know that there are some people that paint the models first and then glue them together afterwards. I find it tricky to glue them together once I have paint on them, basically, but that might just be me. And specifically looking at this model, it does have a lot of areas where you wanna go inside here. I don't know if you can see it properly, but yeah, the more and more I look at it, it is probably gonna be a little bit tricky to potentially paint. Nah, you should be fine. Or well, yeah, you need to get inside some of the tentacle areas. Can be a bit tricky, but it should be possible. I think I'm going to manage. Thank you for watching and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope I will be back soon with some cool Malifaux stop motion battle reports, but we will see when. There's a lot of other very important things that we need to do, like making sure the apartment gets sold. So we will see whatever it is that I cook up next time. Until then, well, it's gonna be a surprise when I get back and such, but until then, take care guys, and see you next time.